where we could apply this structure here, or where should we be attentive?
Well, I think there's sort of two pieces that are coming up, because again, something that I think is helpful to remember is humans evolved with the environment, with all other biological beings and ecology, and we have the organs and the cells and the microbiome and all of those pieces that etc. They all happen, they all co-emerged or co-evolved with all of nature. And it's only really in recent history that we've gone on a pathway that has abstracted and separated us from the rest of nature. And, you know, when we get agriculture and just all of these control-based, fear-based activities. And why I say that is because it sets up this position where our environment is not what we evolved to be living in. And so we kind of have a couple of choices, right? We can either try and bridge that gap by creating some sort of product or service or activity to sort of bring the health of it back in isolated areas, so that we go back into relationship, or we can accept the environment as it is and trust where that will go, because we will change, it will change, and you know, it may be it may be quite bleak for a period, and it might have some pretty catastrophic things happen, but it'll figure itself out. Like,
yes,
there's no worry.
Absolutely.
There's no worry there.
Yeah.
So why I say that is because we kind of have to do two things at once if we are trying to be an inviter of health, human health, ecosystem health, etc. We kind of need to both imagine what that might look like in the future potentially, or at least imagine it being possible, but also being able to act given our current realities. So, for instance, a really obvious example is, at the moment, you pretty much can't exist as a human without a level of financial income. And so in this sort of model, and very, very much, and as sort of an individual or as a group of individuals, depending on how you're able to sort of cut it, the thing that we're metabolizing, in addition to, you know, sunlight directly potentially, or the air or food, etc., water, is an additional component we need to metabolize, which is money. And so and the only reason for that is because we have a cost structure that we need to service. And so we can do one of two things, right? We can try and get rid of the cost structure, which I think in a long-term strategy has to be a key part of it. But also in the in-between, we need to have a revenue that meets that cost structure. But where it gets, where the challenge, or where the sort of the interesting puzzle is to do that in ways that don't perpetuate the existing system, sort of take from that existing system, in some ways, like take the parts of the existing system and decompose them into what you're trying to create, but do it in a way that allows the existing system to sort of slowly wither and die.